Logic is a formal system of analysis to ensure that you arrive at a valid conclusion. Entire courses are taught in logic, so this brief lecture will only give a brief overview of the subject. There are many classical logical operations, one of the most popular of which is called the syllogism. With a syllogism, we start at a universal truth, then state a specific case, and arrive at a conclusion. For example, in this diagram on the board, we say that all men are mortal. Socrates is a man, therefore Socrates is mortal. The large circle contains the set of all mortal beings. The black circle inside is all humans, and Socrates is represented by that little blue dot. Since he's a human, and humans are all mortal, so is Socrates. There are two major types of logic, deductive logic and inductive logic. Deductive logic is top-down, when you start with known truths and argue logically from those truths to derive valid conclusions. Euclid's geometry system is one such deductive logic system. Euclid started with 5 fairly simple axioms or universal truths, and from them argued logically to derive many geometrical theorems about triangles and distances and arcs of circles. The problem with this type of system is finding the axioms that are universally agreed to as true. However, in geometry and mathematics, there isn't too much argument about what works and what doesn't. Inductive logic, on the other hand, is a bottoms-up type of reasoning, where you make many observations, and from what you see in those observations, you derive the universal rule behind what is happening. A good example of this is research chemistry, where a chemist will make many experiments, doing careful measurements and changing the inputs as required, to come up with a theory as to why certain reactions occur. Of course, there's always a chance that in a few years someone will come along with an example that contradicts this theory, and we'll have to develop a new theory to account for that. Social sciences basically work on inductive logic, making observation of human actions and interactions and deriving the rules behind them. However, human actions are not as easily measured as a chemical reaction, so there is a lot more controversy that goes on in social science work. There are many good books and online sites detailing logic and what's involved in it. You might find these interesting or informative. Thank you.